Hello, my name's Audrey Scanlan, and I serve as the Bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Central Pennsylvania, and I bring greetings to you in this Easter season, today the 24th of April, 2020. I've been enjoying reading the stories from the Hebrew Scriptures in morning prayer in this week. Yesterday's lesson was a lesson that I think has some relevance for us today. The lesson that was featured yesterday was about the Israelites, the Hebrew people wandering through the desert after the Passover, after the Exodus. They're wandering through the desert with Moses, and they are weary, and they are thirsty, and they are hungry. And so God provides for them in this time of their wilderness wanderings. God provides manna from heaven and quails even from heaven and water to drink. One of the interesting features of this, of course, is that the Hebrew people were not to work on the Sabbath, and so for 6 days God provided food enough for them to eat, and then gave them instructions that on the 6th day they were to gather up twice as much as they needed, so that on the Sabbath day, the next day, they would have food and drink enough for them. I love how God created a plan for the people that was prudent and that took care of their needs. We're developing some of our own plans here in the Diocese of Central Pennsylvania as we look to reopening our churches in good time so that we can be physically proximate in the season as the coronavirus is beginning to wane. Our governor has said that he plans on reopening parts of our state in the north central and northwest part of our state as early as May 8th, and he's developed a plan for that. Similarly, we are developing plans in the diocese for reopening with real safety and prudence in mind. I've formed 2 task forces this week. One is a task force on operations that will look at exactly what the step-by-step protocols are, the thresholds that we will establish for safety to move us to a graduated reopening. We've also formed a task force on theology and ecclesiology, and this is a group that's being led by Canon Morrow. I'm really eager that we capture the lessons that we've learned during this time and the changes in our practice as people of God, and that we are able to harvest some of these really wonderful learnings and bring them along with us back into church, back into our physical, proximate way of being together. And so I want you to know that these 2 groups are meeting, that they are working to develop plans that have, at the very foremost, safety in mind, and that we can look forward to a day when we will be back together, that we will be strengthened, that we will be faithful in our hearts, and ever so glad to be back together again. And so hold on, we're coming along. I am not one to rush into making plans that will put anybody at risk. And so know that I am praying without ceasing for our safety, for our health, for wisdom and discernment, and for guidance from God. And so God bless you this day and keep you always. Amen.